Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, and welcome to the BlackLight Movie Talk podcast. I'm Collin Holman.
And I'm Fred and Bessie.
And this is our first episode here. I'm very excited. I assume that Fred is excited too.
Oh, of course. I am very excited.
This is something that I think will be a lot of fun. It's something that we can not only just talk between, obviously, me and Fred about movies which we love, but to be able to talk to you guys and interact with different, other movie lovers as well.
Oh yeah, this is going to be great experience for all of us, I'm sure.
So with that being said, hope you enjoy this, and hopefully it's worth listening. All right, in our first segment of news, I just wanted to bring up a quick question. After Star Wars breaking so many box office records this past month, and actually not even being out for a month yet and still breaking so many records. Fred, do you think that that Star Wars The Force Awakens will break the overall global box office record that Avatar currently holds at $2.7 billion? That's a lot.
I was under the impression that they already broke that. Did they not yet?
They broke the domestic one.
Okay.
But which I believe that was like $700 million, and right now Star Wars is at like over $800 million, I think.
Okay.
But I believe they currently are third. It looks like they're going to pass Titanic for the second spot globally. But I think they still need like another 1.3 million to get to Avatar.
All right, let's go see it a couple of times.
It seems like quite a tall order. I think heading into the movie and seeing how fast it was making money, I said at first I thought it would break it, but Avatar, I guess, was in theaters for almost 8 months.
Wow.
So, I don't see Star Wars being in theaters that long.
Well, people love it. That is very clear. And
definitely.
I don't know. It's anyone's game at this point because, if people are still, I don't know if the buzz is still that fresh for people to still continue to see it. It's almost been out for a month, correct? But are people still going to want to see it for like the next few weeks? Are people still going to want to invest the money into it? And it's probably already being torrented nowadays because people probably already recorded it on their phones or something like that. So I don't know. Yeah. It's anyone's game, I think.
Yeah, and I think a lot what's kind of working against Star Wars is when Avatar came out, which I believe was like in February, March. Take that back. It might have been December actually. It went all the way into the summer season of the next year.
Really?
There was nothing really in that January to March or April thing that really kind of competed against it. Star Wars has, which is coming out this weekend, Ride Along 2, 13 Hours, Deadpool's coming out soon. You're getting Zoolander 2, you're getting Batman vs. Superman in March, you're getting Captain America Civil War in May. So there's a lot of things that are going to take away from that money, and I don't even think it's going to get that far, honestly. So
yeah, I guess. Wow, I didn't know. Interesting. Avatar. That's interesting. Well, yeah. I guess we'll only wait and see.
Yeah, and I know that our Avatar was kind of like the one movie or the first movie that really honed in the 3D.
That's true.
And so, everybody was paying the $12, $15 ticket to go see it in 3D. Yeah.
Whereas Star Wars, you have 3 different
Where Star Wars,
IMAX 3D, just regular 3D, or just your regular showing.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think there were any Avatar regular showings, were there? Or were they all in 3D?
Yeah, now that you're saying that, I think everything was in 3D. Because I think that was the whole kind of point of it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would say it's going to come short. I think it'll beat Titanic globally, but yeah, I don't think it'll end up reaching Avatar.
And I still haven't seen Titanic. Rip.
Probably something you should get on.
Nah, I'll wait till next year.
Fair enough.
Didn't that come out in 3D? Like, wasn't it like re-released or something like that?
Yeah, I believe that they did re-release it.
Along with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, yes.
Rip.
Yes, they did. Yeah. All right, what do you got?
Well, do you want to go into our anticipated list, or do you want to talk some more news?
Let's talk some more news.
All right. Well, I've been thinking about Batman vs. Superman like, a lot, and I still haven't decided whether or not I'm really excited for it. So, I've been doing some research and then looking at the past Batmans and seeing how Ben Affleck would compare. Of course, you have the famous Adam West, who was popular in the 60s for his very campy, very family-friendly, holy popcorn Batman sort of approach.
Right. Pow!
And,
Blam!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, the thing is, people loved it. People ate it up. It brought a resurgence in comic book heroes during the 50s and 60s, and it made comic book sales go up through the roof. The movie and the TV show is very profitable. Movie got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. People loved it.
Yeah.
But you also need to consider that Batman is a very dark and very tortured character, which is something that the next three Batmans, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, and George Clooney, tried to recapture. Michael Keaton did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I thought his two were good. And Val Kilmer's wasn't horrible.
Right.
It wasn't great or anything, but, you know.
I will say that George Clooney, it may have just been the script, but Batman and Robin was awful.
Oh, it was awful. Well, and you think of, like, the different Batman characters, or the different actors that have played Batman. George Clooney just, you don't look at him and be like, that guy can be Batman.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I guess you could see him from being, oh, that guy could be like a billionaire. That guy, he could be a...
Yeah, he can play Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't think he couldn't play Batman.
Actually, now I haven't seen Batman and Robin for a long time because it sucks. But I don't even think he can play Bruce Wayne now I think about it, because Bruce Wayne, the playboy and the rich guy stuff, that's just the mask.
Yeah.
Like, the real Bruce Wayne, like the tortured soul trying to avenge his parents' death. So I don't know if he can...
Well, I think that's kind of more so the Batman side of him, but...
Well, I mean, that just goes to say what's the true mask and what's the true, like, the man behind the mask, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess for
really
me,
deep.
Christian Bale will always be the definitive Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he brought the duality of Bruce Wayne versus Batman. In fact, Rachel Dawes even wanted to date Bruce, but couldn't until Bruce was done being Batman, and she saw that day would never come, so she moved on. And then she got killed.
Yep.
And the bit I loved about Christian Bale was his unique voice. I loved
I did not hate... I know, I didn't hate it. Everybody hates on how it's like... I didn't mind. Like, if people are going to know... Like, if you're a billionaire guy, you know, people know who Donald Trump sounds like.
Right, exactly.
He has to disguise his voice somehow.
Exactly, and I love the aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I like that, like, in Arrow, the guy uses, like, a voice modulator thingamajigger to make his voice a lot deeper. I love the growling aspect. It just shows, like, Bruce's ferocity over the years of, like, his torments and just, like, trying to get over the pain of losing his parents and stuff like that. It just shows how tortured the character really is. I thought that was a highlight for me.
Yeah. Now, have you seen the new TV spots for Batman v Superman?
Yeah, there was some new footage, and it kind of got me more intrigued.
Me too. It went back to the original Comic-Con trailer compared to the second one.
Yeah, and that's probably just...
Like, I love the where Batman tries driving into Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And it completely just, like, throws him against the building, and he gets up, and he's like, do you bleed? And then he flies away, he's like, you will.
I
love that. And I love his voice, too, there.
Oh, yeah. It's not as growly as Christian Bale's voice, but I think it's more like... You know how the original animated series, you know how you could distinctly tell a difference between the inflection between Bruce Wayne and Batman's voice.
Yeah,
I think that's what that was, and I loved seeing it.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm going to really like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah, I did
already in the trailers. I like him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did some digging, and I found out that this Batman is going to be more of a seasoned vigilante veteran who has been fighting for Gotham for years. Have you seen The Dark Knight Returns? Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I actually saw. I saw like part of the movie, the animated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw part of it. It's really dark.
Oh yeah,
I think it's rated R.
Maybe a strong PG-13. I don't think it's rated R.
Oh.
But maybe. But anyways, it's like a 55-year-old Batman coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
And, and it's great. I love how he's more broken from what I've read about this Ben Affleck. Mm-hmm. He's broken, and clearly he's lost Robin.
Yep.
Because you see the joke's on you, Batman, or thing.
Yeah, you see his suit. Yeah.
And I think that this Batman is being tortured, or like metaphysically, like thinking like, is all of this fighting really worth it? Am I doing anything? When he looks at Superman and sees him like saving rockets or like doing like all this amazing stuff, and then you just see like him. It's a blow to the ego. So I would not be surprised if there's just like a more of a, man, that guy's doing like 10 times better than me. I hate him. I mean, in addition to like all the destruction that Superman's causing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see this new Ben Affleck.
Yeah, me too.
At first, I was skeptical because, well, everyone's skeptical because of Daredevil.
Most people were. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited.
All right, next news story. There's been a short list that has been listed for the different actors that have been that they've narrowed down to play Han Solo in the spin-off movie.
Oh,
have you seen that?
I saw that, but I didn't like really look at it.
Yeah, it's really interesting who they have in here.
Who they got?
Let me find it real quick. I didn't get the right one. But yeah, you have Miles Teller's in it.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you got Miles Teller. You got Dave Franco, which was kind of a weird one. Yeah, I didn't really see that one very well. You have the guy from, I forgot what his name is. Ansel Elgort from Divergent. He's in The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. Trying to see who else there is here. You got what's his name? The kid from
was Han Solo Harrison Ford's like first big role, or was he in stuff before that? I feel like he was in stuff before that.
Yeah, no, he was in a few things before that. He was in, I believe he's in American Graffiti, which is
George Lucas's,
George Lucas did.
It's like his 50s movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, okay, but I feel like it hit the fan when he became Han Solo.
Yeah.
Okay, but I feel like if we get someone who's relatively like undiscovered, we're not already typecast. Like Miles Teller, he's good at playing. I don't know if I can say this word in the air, but he's good at playing a douchebag. So
yeah, he kind of is.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
like I don't know if I mean, Han can be one too. Maybe that's how Han grew up. But I feel like Miles Teller is more like a modern day douchebag. I don't really foresee him being like making the Kessel in less than 12 parsecs, like being a jerk. I don't know.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Okay, so I got the list here.
Okay.
You got Miles Teller, Ansel Elgort, Dave Franco. You got I forgot what his first name is, but his last name's Lerman. That's the kid who plays in Percy Jackson.
Oh, Logan Lerman. He was in
he was in
Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah. I think
Jack
he's too,
Rayner.
I think he's too
What?
much of a good. I think he's too much of a goody two shoes.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of these guys is they don't seem, at least from the ones I know, they don't seem like they have that kind of
The bad boy.
the smuggler
Yeah.
scumbag type of part. Yeah. Jack Rayner, who is in the newest Transformers movie. Scott Eastwood,
Scott Eastwood, who's
he's Clint Eastwood's son. He's been in a few things. Emery Cohen, who was in a movie called Brooklyn that came out this fall. And then Blake Jenner, who I've heard actually a lot of people are kind of raving about. He is in this movie called Everybody Wants Some that's coming out this spring, I believe.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Yeah,
I don't
none
really
of those-
have anybody that's like really jumping out at me.
Yeah,
I mean,
none of those names
there's a lot of
stand
there's a lot of names that kind of pop out, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we need
It'll be
someone
interesting to
who's
see.
undiscovered, so we're not like, oh, that's the guy from whatever movie, and we're not
Right,
already
right.
making assumptions. Because who knows,
Yeah.
Miles Teller could be great, for example, but we're already making assumptions. And I know our opinions don't really matter in the long run, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would like affect like how well the I don't know. I guess how well the movie does. I don't know if there's any validity to that statement, but
Yeah.
it's just how,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you never look at like any of the Star Wars characters and be like, "Oh, he's from blah blah blah."
oh yeah,
You always
for
see
sure.
you always see them in other movies, like, "Oh, that guy's Han Solo."
Yeah,
You know?
and even with the prequels, oh, that guy did a horrible job of being Anakin Skywalker and stuff like that.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
So.
we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. All right. What do you got?
Well, I was looking into Daredevil because that's coming soon. I believe the
Right.
date is March 18th.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And-
think that's right.
Whoa, what an incredible first season. And
Oh.
I was thinking that Daredevil was just like Arrow, but Daredevil is
No.
on Netflix. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have
Yeah, they can take a lot more liberties.
Exactly. They have like barely any restrictions. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's still like rating systems, but like
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
can't go
so-
too far, but like the language isn't really a barrier. The violence,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, which I like because Daredevil's a pretty violent character.
oh yeah, and it wasn't even him doing like a lot. I mean, he was doing the violence.
No, yeah, it was.
The Kingpin.
Yeah,
That scene where that's like one
Oh.
of the scenes I talk about all the time when I describe Daredevil.
Yeah.
Where the Kingpin smashes that guy's head through the car door. It was
Well,
hard to watch.
it was. And the thing is heading up to that moment, I was starting to kind of get bored. Some of the episodes before that were kind of slower, and then that happened. I was like, "Oh snap!
Yeah,
This just got
It
real."
totally established that the Kingpin was actually a force to be reckoned with, and
Yeah.
it gave more bark to his bite, if you will.
Yeah.
That being said,
So
go ahead.
no, you go. You're good.
That being said, season 2 is going to be a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, it is.
You have a man by the name of Frank Castle, and to our viewers who don't know, Frank Castle is the Punisher. I don't know if they're going to follow the same storyline. I'm assuming they'll do something close, but he was a
Yeah.
cop whose his wife and kids were gunned down by rogue policemen. So he became
Yeah.
a bit of a vigilante who, like, I think just uses like a gun and just like takes out anyone who he deems as I guess not worthy of life, or more of a, I don't want to say like a vigilante or like a mercenary, but somewhere.
He's more of a mercenary.
Okay. So, and he's
Yeah.
going to clash with Daredevil, and that should be an interesting dynamic, because they're both sort of the same, but like, because they both, I don't know if, well, when you're being evil, when you're evil, you don't really think you're evil. You think you're doing good, and I'll touch on this a bit later. But
Yeah.
So I'm sure Castle thinks he's doing the right thing, but I think,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, Matt Murdock knows that that he's like a devil, and he's fully aware of that.
Yeah, and he fully embraces it.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting dynamic to
Yeah.
see them match up with each other, and we're also getting Elektra.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep.
Didn't wasn't it Halle Berry who was Elektra in the
No,
Crap
it was
Devil movie, or was it someone else?
Jennifer Garner.
Gardner, that's what it was. Jennifer
Yep.
Gardner. And
Because
I thought,
that's how I think him and her and Ben Affleck meant.
That's right. They meant by being in a crappy movie. And this time it's Elodie Younger. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but it should be interesting.
I can't pronounce it, but yeah, I seriously can't wait. And I even tried. So I watched Daredevil, loved it. Then they came out with Jessica Jones, and I was like, oh, this looks different. Started watching that, got about 5-6 episodes in. I'm like,
yeah, I can't do it.
No,
I couldn't even get past
it's
the second
so.
episode.
It's the same. It seems like the same episode over and over.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't know. I think it's because it seemed like they kind of sold it as this is going to be like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because it's on Netflix. It's a Marvel TV show, and it's nothing like Daredevil.
And I think for me, I'm a big superhero guy, and I think the costume really sells it for me. I love like a guy putting on a costume and defending those, and becoming more of a symbol. Jessica Jones isn't that. Not to say that isn't bad, but that's just.
But she's just not that kind of superhero,
right? And and I believe that she tried the superhero thing before, and it didn't really work.
Yeah,
now she's getting back into it.
Yeah. I kind of want to see. I wish we kind of saw that transition.
Oh yeah, to see how she fell from grace, I guess, and became who she is in that first episode. Mm-hmm. But maybe it gets better. I'm sure it gets better as it goes on. But
maybe it does. But
I can't get into it.
No.
I feel like it'll be like Smallville, one of those shows I'll have to read about instead of actually watch.
Right. Yeah.
I couldn't stand Smallville. Ugh.
No. All right, now moving into our next topic. This is actually going to be different than what we'll normally do. We haven't discussed what we'll put at this spot in the show, but for this week, since we're freshly into 2016, and we have a whole slate of great movies coming out, some really exciting movies, a ton of comic book movies, superhero movies, super excited for. So we want to share with you our top 10 picks for 2016. So we're going to give you our most anticipated movies of 2016. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to give you my number 10. Freddie's going to give you his number 10. I'm going to give my number 9. He's going to give his number 9. And as we each give our 10, our 9, or 8, 7, whatever, we're going to delve into these things. We're going to discuss them. We're going to give our opinions, what we're excited for, what we're not excited for these movies, and then we're going to move on to the next one. So we hope you enjoy this. We may do this with some other things, but for right now, we're going to give you our most anticipated of 2016. And my number 10 is X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay.
Heading into this movie, there's actually been a lot of controversy over the look of Apocalypse, and he actually started out, I believe, purple, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, he looks ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Now they changed it. They went into, I don't know, editing or something, and when they came out with their official trailer, he's now blue. Everybody likes it. I don't really know why it's such a big deal. I mean, I never really read the comics, so maybe in the comics he's actually blue.
He's like
I don't know, but
blue and like gray from what I remember.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was a big deal.
Neither did I, but I guess the fans did. But Days of Future Past, and then the one before that, X-Men First Class, kind of rebooted this X-Men universe, and I have loved both of these movies. So it's made me super excited for this new one.
All right, my number 10 is Ride Along 2, featuring Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. As a black man, I love black comedies and just seeing like the aspect of the serious, headstrong teacher and the wise-cracking, joke-making like student working together, and you get that dynamic. You got it perfectly in the first one, and I'm really excited to see how far they stretch the envelope in the second one. The trailer looks great. Great performances from what I saw with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that does look pretty funny. All right, my number 9 is Doctor Strange. This is another Marvel superhero that they're adding into the MCU. It's going to be a different kind of superhero. It's going to be more mystical. It's going to deal with magic. Benedict, you're going to get a lot of great actors. Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Rachel McAdams. So that's really exciting. I don't know. I kind of don't really know what to expect from this, which I like. It's kind of like Ant-Man.
Right. Because they can go either way with this movie.
Yeah. Who would have thought heading into this last summer that Ant-Man would be a good movie?
Yeah, because I thought, oh, great,
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with a costume.
Right. It seemed like one of the most ridiculous things ever, but it worked, definitely.
All right. My number 9 is 50 Shades of Black, featuring Marlon Wayans, who actually I learned that, this is a side note, off topic, he was actually originally supposed to play Robin in Batman Forever.
Really?
Yep. But then they decided, we need a white
weird.
Robin. Yeah.
Of
Now
course.
you know. Anyways, yeah, Marlon Wayans as Christian Black, and Callie Hawk, who I'm not really familiar with, but it's one of those parody movies. You have a lot of famous black comedians like Mike Epps, Affion Crockett. For those of you who watch Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out, you're very familiar with him. And yeah, I'm just excited. It looks really funny. It comes out January 29th. So yeah, that looks good. It looks hilarious. I'm excited.
Yep. All right, my number 8 is Assassin's Creed. I think this is going to be the movie that really sets off the whole video games being adapted into movies.
Sure.
I think, especially if this one's really good and if Warcraft's really good. But I think this is going to be better than Warcraft. It has Michael Fassbender, who also plays Magneto in the new X-Men movies. He's great. It's a great concept. And from the concept art and the pictures that I've seen, he looks awesome. So yeah, I'm super excited for this.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. My number 8. I don't know why I picked black movies to start off, but Barbershop, The Next Cut. Ba-dum-tsh. It's the third in the Barbershop trilogy, I guess. Starring Ice Cube. I guess I have a thing for Ice Cube. You got Cedric the Entertainer. You got Regina Hall. You got Anthony Anderson. You got Eve. Just a great lineup of characters. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about... Oh, you also got Common, who, side note, I actually met one time. And you also have Nicki Minaj. I'm not so crazy about Nicki Minaj.
Right.
I don't like her music. I don't like...
Nope.
I didn't like when she was on American Idol. Of course, I didn't watch American Idol, but her voice is annoying. But maybe she can add to the comedy of this movie. I don't know. But even besides that, you have a great lineup of actors who have dedicated their lives to making people laugh, and this looks like it's going to be great. It'll live up to the other films.
Hopefully. All right, my number 7 is The Jungle Book. This is another live action Disney movie that's being adapted, obviously, from the animated movie. Have you seen the trailer for this?
I've seen it a few times. I'm not really familiar with The Jungle Book. That's the one with the bare necessities, the simple...
Yep,
okay.
yep.
Gotcha. All right.
That movie looks so freaking lifelike.
The bear looks like a bear.
The bear does, the panther does, the snake, the tiger, Shere Khan. He looks real. I think this is going to be one of those movies where it just looks beautiful. I'm excited.
All right, my next movie, I think we're on number
7.
Is one Colin already mentioned, X-Men Apocalypse.
Yep.
I actually was in Atlanta this weekend, and I got to be in front of a hotel bed for a long time, and FX was showing X-Men First Class, so I got to dive into that movie. I watched it a couple of times, loved it every time. I loved the cast. I love the new cast. I like the old X-Men movies, but there's just something about this new cast that is just drawing me in. And Jennifer Lawrence. She just I wasn't a fan of her in the Hunger Games, but when I saw her as Mystique, I fell in love.
Yeah. No. I like her a lot better than X-Men.
Oh yeah, and then you also have Rose Byrne, who is one of my favorites. Oh, she's amazing. And you have James McAvoy. You got Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, I love him.
Oscar Isaac of Star Wars, and Apocalypse looks dope.
He does.
Now, is Wolverine going to be in this one? I don't think he is.
No, I don't. I think his last movie is going to be another standalone Wolverine movie.
I remember he made a cameo in X-Men First Class, where
where they're
Professor
recruiting
X
people.
they're recruiting people. They walk into a bar, they see Wolverine, and he's like, "Go F yourself." That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, so no Wolverine. Okay. Well, I'm still excited.
Yep.
This looks like it's going to be great because Apocalypse is known for doom and destruction. It's like trying to make a new world order. So I'm excited. This looks like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on to number 6. For me, it's The Nice Guys. This stars Ryan Gosling and, gosh dang it, I cannot remember his name. Hold on. Crap. Who's the guy who plays in The Gladiator? Russell Crowe, that's who it is.
Must not be that
what?
must be not that memorable then.
I know. Yeah, so my number 6 is The Nice Guys. It stars Ryan Gosling. It also stars Russell Crowe. It looks like a really funny buddy cop movie, but also not slapstick funny. I don't know what kind of maybe a little more dry humor, but
Like The Office, or
kind of, but a little more like it's not going to be like The Other Guys type of humor. It seems like it's a little more mature humor, I guess, but like cleverly written. Okay. I mean, I don't know the entire premise of the story, but it looks fun. It looks funny. It looks action packed. It looks creative, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I'm very intrigued on that one.
All right, sounds good. My number 6 is this one. We're not getting until August, but I think it's definitely worth the wait. The Suicide Squad. That looks amazing. You have Will Smith.
Freaking amazing.
You have Jared Leto. And I even think Batman's going to be in the scene.
Yeah, I think they're going to show like a kind of like a flashback.
Oh, so
Batman
captured all these guys and put them in jail.
I don't know about that, but I think it's going to show more so like how Margot Robbie became Harley Quinn.
Okay.
And I think that's when she's in the car with Joker.
Oh, okay.
And then Batman's like on top of the car. So I think they're going to show a flashback of showing how she became Harley Quinn, and he's going to be in that.
Gotcha. All right. And so if you're not familiar with the premise of the Suicide Squad, they're supervillains and criminals who are taken by Argus, I believe, with Amanda Waller, and they are in exchange for, I don't think they're freedom, but exchange for like parole or whatever, they're changing to Task Force X and like just basically supervillains saving the world. And I think that they're like unique brand of justice where it's like, is this really justice or is it?
Yeah.
Just,
Well, I think that way. I think they're able to take liberties with it. You know, Batman doesn't kill people.
Right.
You know, Superman isn't really supposed to kill people. But I think that's the thing with these guys is they can kill people, and then Amanda Waller can say, "Well, you guys kill people. Now I'm going to put you in jail."
Okay. All right.
You know, so they're going to get rid of the bad guys, but in the same turn, they're going to then get rid of the Suicide Squad as bad guys. And like she says in the trailer, they have built-in deniability because of that.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, so that should be good. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Me too. All right, my number 5 is Captain America: Civil War. This seems like this is kind of the result of what happened at the end of Age of Ultron, where everybody was kind of split up. You could feel some tension between some of the characters, and it seems like all that's going to kind of culminate into this, as you know, as the title says, Civil War. It looks like it could be the best Marvel film out there, I think.
Oh, for sure.
At least from what the trailers.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It looks great. I'm so excited.
All right, what's yours?
I would say Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. we're continuing our journey into the Harry Potter world, and it's also going to take place 70 years before, like, Harry Potter stuff, so, like, before Harry Potter went to Hogwarts. So it's going to take place in the 1920s of New York. So that'll be
interesting. And that's going to be interesting, how it's not in England now.
Oh, yeah.
And to see how, like, Americans are dealing with seeing all this kind of stuff.
And I'm just excited to see the use of magic outside of Hogwarts. And you only saw that a little bit with, like, the Deathly Hallows. So I'm excited to see adults using it, not worrying about breaking any rules or something like that. I mean, you still can't use unforgivable curses, but I'm excited to see, like, all these new, like, creatures. And I just love the Harry Potter world, like, the broader aspect of it. And I'm just looking forward to see what else that there is.
Well, and who didn't love that?
Oh, yeah. So, we'll see what we get.
Yeah. Just thinking about that, actually, I wonder what, if they're going to show, if there are Americans that became wizards. Like, is there a school in America, or is it just Hogwarts?
I think there is because, and I don't know if this is exactly canon, but when I played the Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup video game, there's an American Quidditch team.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're like teams from all over the world.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, in Goblet of Fire, they have the female school and the other school from, was it Bulgaria, I think?
Yeah. A Durmstrang and, Beauxbatons or something like that.
Yeah.
So that
looks good. Yeah. All right, moving on to number 4. My number 4 is, what Freddie has already said, The Suicide Squad. We have never seen a comic book movie, or more so a superhero movie, that has dealt with just the villains. And I think that's one thing that DC has kind of done a lot better than Marvel, is developing their villains. If you look at Marvel, their best villain so far has been, I don't know, Bucky maybe?
Oh, yeah.
From Civil War. But I mean, maybe Ultron.
Oh, yeah.
There hasn't really been this really,
there's no one
where you feel like
automatically, that was a good villain. You have to think about it.
And I feel like a lot of that is kind of been, or the problem with that Marvel's had is they're waiting for everybody to just see Thanos.
Yeah, and
so they're like, we'll throw in like a bad guy here and a bad guy here just to kind of tide you over until you see Thanos, this giant, super powerful being. And DC, I think, has done a lot better where each movie, you know that there's stakes, you know that people can die, like we saw in The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks pretty sweet.
And
it's dark and it's gritty.
For something to happen. Like, we're seeing all this bad stuff already. Like, we're seeing these villains already. We're not, we're just going to wait till Thanos comes in. No, they're being direct, and it's great. I love it.
Yep.
All right.
What's yours?
My number 4 is actually Batman versus Superman. I am hoping this film doesn't follow my expectations. I'm not very confident in this film because of that second trailer.
Fair enough.
I'm looking forward to it, but I could be looking forward to it more. The first trailer, it kind of piqued my interest a bit. Like, okay, all right, this looks kind of good.
Right.
But then you saw all there was forced comedy. Oh, is she with you? I thought she was with you. And I just hated that. I did not like Lex Luthor's approach. Just in the trailer.
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of on the edge with.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's more that they didn't show us, but I just would have liked to be more confident in the film. And trailers instill confidence.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I was super excited after seeing the first one, and then after seeing that second one, I was like, ooh, maybe I should tone down my expectations a little bit.
Although, I'm excited to see the formation of the Justice League, to see Cyborg,
me too.
Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman and Superman. And this is also the first film that Batman and Superman have been together, live action.
Yeah.
That should be good.
Yeah. You know what's amazing?
What?
Is in 1 year we're getting 2 quote unquote Civil War movies.
Yeah. And within 2 or 3 months of each other.
Yeah. Like, who would have thought who would have thought we would have gotten one of them, let alone two of them, in the same year, within like 3 months of each other?
They know what the fans want to see. Superheroes kicking each
I
other's
love it.
butts.
Oh, what a time to be alive. All right, number 3. For me, actually, let's do this together because you have the same as me.
That's what I thought. I kind of figured. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Deadpool.
Deadpool.
All right.
Deadpool looks B.A.
So funny.
All the trailers, the marketing, they have done a great job.
All the posters of him, like, on couches.
The posters, the whole, like, Bachelor featurette thing that they did. I think the fact that they got the movie to be rated R is great.
Itself.
I think this is a character that I think it needs to be rated R.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
I mean, in the comics, he's a foul mouth.
Breaking the fourth wall all the time.
Breaking the fourth wall. He's super violent.
I'm
this
also
looks
excited to see
really
Ryan
awesome.
Reynolds because I was watching a featurette during X-Men this weekend, and apparently a lot of the dialogue is Ryan Reynolds improving.
Oh, in this movie?
Yeah, like the comedy stuff.
Oh, I actually haven't heard that.
It's
But
like Robin Williams and Good Morning Vietnam, if you've seen that movie.
oh yeah.
So
That's really interesting. I actually kind of dig that.
And I'm interested to see how it compares to the MCU movies because this is not an MCU movie.
No, this is
It's
a Fox.
Yep.
This actually goes with the X-Men.
Yep. So I'm wondering, what if this is better than the MCU? That'd be a game changer, and
Maybe,
I feel like
yeah.
the MCU would have to step up their game. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely.
So far, the Fox ones. Well, I mean, X-Men have been great, but then you see like the Fantastic Four, and I know they're not in the universe. I don't think,
Right.
but you still
Yeah.
have that blemish on Fox, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you have the Fantastic Four, but you also have Spider-Man 3, and Spider-Man 2 wasn't really, or Amazing Spider-Man 2 wasn't really critically acclaimed either. And then obviously some of the X-Men mishaps.
That's true. That's fair.
So,
Although I love the Amazing.
but I think with Deadpool coming out, I think with Gambit coming out, the new X-Men movie, I think they're stepping up their game right now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it'll be interesting to kind of see them, see the MCU, and see DC all kind of competing at the same time.
Yeah, that'll be great. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is, you already said it, Batman v Superman.
Hey.
I'm a huge Batman fan. I love seeing Ben Affleck as Batman in these trailers. Surprisingly, I'm one of the few people that I really like Man of Steel.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I love dark and gritty. That's what they went for. I love that they showed that Superman didn't like, oh, I'm Superman, so I should be super good and save everybody.
Right.
You could tell that he was conflicted, that he didn't really know if he really wanted to be the superhero that everybody wanted him to be. So I like that he was conflicted, that they showed that throughout the movie. And I loved how at the beginning of this movie, at least through the trailers for Batman v Superman, that you kind of see the repercussions of his battle at the end of Man of Steel. Yeah, I love that. So definitely excited for this.
Like, seeing all the damage firsthand, and then that's how he gets like pissed at Superman.
Right, yeah.
That should be good.
All right, what's your number 2?
You already said it, but I'll say it again. Captain America Civil War. I'm kind of biased, but one of the big reasons that I'm looking forward to this is Spider-Man. We're getting a new Spider-Man, not Tobey Maguire, not Andrew Garfield.
Nope. An actual high schooler.
Tom Holland. I think he's 20 years old, but still closer to the high school age.
Yeah.
And this takes place like a year after, either 6 months or a year after he gets bit by the spider and becomes Spider-Man. So he's just starting out, and I'm excited to see like the character development. And apparently, I didn't look at the article, but there's an article posted that he's going to have a close relationship with one of the Avengers.
Yeah, I think it's Iron Man.
Yeah,
I feel like I
Iron Man or
heard.
Captain America.
Yeah.
He
is actually 19.
What's that?
I don't know. That's what I just heard somebody. They didn't say it was fact or anything. But Tom Holland is actually 19. He turns 20 June 1st.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, but
19
these pictures, he looks... Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Which is what he was in the comics. I mean, he was an actual high schooler.
Yeah, I think he was like 15 when the spider bit him, and like a
Yeah.
sophomore. So, I'm also interested in the fact that with Civil War, you have heroes on both sides essentially. Like,
Right.
when you're in a battle, no one thinks they're actually doing bad. They all think they're doing good. They all think that they're like the heroes. They're the saviors. Well, in this, they are heroes on both sides. They are supposed to be the good guys. So it'll be interesting to see the different like levels of morality and like, am I doing the right thing with like Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, and all the other guys, especially Scarlett Johansson. I forgot what's Black Widow, right?
Black Widow. Yep.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting dynamic to see. Heroes on both sides.
Yep. Definitely.
And our number one, I'm sure it's the same.
Yep.
Rogue One.
A
Star Wars story.
Super excited because I think it's going to be so much different than what we've seen. We've seen episodes 1 through now 7, and we've seen this story play out, consecutively. But now to have kind of this spin-off story to see what happens behind the scenes.
A story without the Jedi.
Without the Jedi, probably without lightsabers. You're going to be seeing more of Rebel fighters, X-Wings, hopefully a lot more space battles. I think it's going to be more of like a heist movie. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about this because
That's
like
good.
Disney does.
That's
They
good.
keep a lot of things
I love
secretive, which I'm glad. They did a really great job with that with The Force Awakens. And they're doing another good job with that with Rogue One. So,
And I want to see the ruthlessness of the Empire because we're not with like Luke, Leia, and Han. We're with like this squad of rebels who are trying to steal the Death Star plans, and we're going to see like them really bark and really bite. And I heard that, remember Grand Moff Tarkin from Episode 4? I heard that the actor who played him, he's dead now, but I heard they're going to give him the Fast and Furious Paul Walker treatment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, reconstruct his face. So that'll be interesting.
Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, if they do it well, then yeah, I'd definitely go for it. But I feel like if you can't really make him look like him, then I'd rather you just not.
I feel like they could.
You know what I mean?
I feel like they could.
Like just get an actor that resembles him.
Kind of like they did with Star Trek. And,
Just say his name is Tarkin. I'll believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the guy's dead, so it's not like you can really replace him.
That's true. And it's not like
you know what I mean?
he died during production like Paul Walker did.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting thing to see.
Yeah, and we might see a Darth Vader,
Ooh.
which I'm kind of excited for if that happens.
I wonder what role he would play. Maybe just like not even being an Imperial enforcer, just ordering like barking orders. Because you don't want to focus on any like lightsaber stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
You know what would be, now that I'm thinking about this, you know what would be awesome?
What?
Is if the very last scene of the movie is the very first scene in A New Hope.
Oh yeah, like when they're boarding the Tantive 4 or whatever and trying to find...
And so as soon as he says, I want them alive, that's when the movie cuts.
Oh, that'd be gnarly.
I would freaking love that.
That'd be, the fans...
No, I know that won't happen.
You never know. You never know nowadays.
It's true. It's true.
Star Wars always plays to the... I mean, they don't always, like, serve the fans, but, like, they know what the fans want.
Right.
I mean, look at The Force Awakens.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so excited.
I think that was everything. I know people complain that it was too much like Episode 4 and that it was safe, but I think that's what fans needed.
Yeah.
They didn't need someone like how George Lucas did with the prequels, where he took a lot of chances and most of them did not work.
They need to be reassured.
People didn't.
Yes. New territory.
We needed to have faith in. Okay, they got this right. They're going. They're on the right path. I can have faith that they're going to make more good movies.
Right. But now, if Rey loses her hand in the 5th one, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that. They know what to do and what not to do. So I have complete faith in them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And just one more point. I just saw online, I believe it was early this morning, that what's his name?
John Boyega.
John Boyega. Yep.
Oh, the script is darker.
Yeah, it's going to be more like a tone of like how Empire was darker.
Yeah.
Which, if you see any trilogy, that's how it normally is.
Not episode 2.
The middle one's always darker. In The Dark Knight, the middle one is darker. You know, so
Attack of the Clones kind of.
I'm really. Well, yeah.
We don't talk about the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, but when he said that, I got even more excited.
That's
so.
gonna be sweet.
Seriously, can't wait.
December 16th.
Gosh, and then we get another one like 5 months after that. Oh, this is incredible. All right, moving on to our last small segment, and it's called Coming Out This Week, and all we do is just kind of comment and talk about what movies are coming out this week, like the title says. And so this week, coming out is Ride Along 2,
Oh, yeah.
and 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Now, talking about Ride Along 2, I saw Ride Along. I don't know, did you see Ride Along?
I have it on DVD.
The first one? Did you see it?
I haven't watched it yet, but it looks funny.
You have it on DVD, but you have not seen it.
It was a gift for my family. And then we didn't... I got him, like, Annie, too, the Black Annie, but we didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched that, but we didn't watch Ride Along. And I had to go back to school.
Yeah.
I live in Kentucky.
Fair enough.
But,
well, I actually didn't mind it. I mean, it wasn't, like, the funniest or greatest movie, but I don't think it was trying to be.
Right.
But, you know, it's this similar Kevin Hart humor. You know, it's Ice Cube being Ice Cube, like how he was in the Jump Street movies.
Oh, that was great. Break yourself.
Yeah. So they work really well together. I think it's the same. Have you seen The Other Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it just seems like the black version of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a fun buddy cop movie.
The Other Guys was like Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yeah. That was good. I love that.
Yeah. And then the next movie, like I said, is 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. This one has, what's his name? But Jim Halpert. Who's the guy who plays Jim Halpert?
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski's in it. He's one of the main characters. It's about a secret group of soldiers who, they were in Benghazi for... I forgot why they were there, whether it was journalism or something, but they weren't in the armed forces anymore. And because they were being attacked, it was, I believe, the 12-year anniversary of 9/11. They were being attacked, and they decided to play the role of a soldier and ended up saving quite a few lives. And the guy who directed this is actually, his name is Michael Bay. He's the one who does the Transformers movies.
Okay.
So if you see the trailer, it looks like a Transformers movie. All the slow-mo, the explosions. So as a director, I'm not a huge fan of his, but the movie looks really good. I mean, it looks like another... I don't know if you've seen like Zero Dark 30 or American Sniper or anything like that.
American Sniper was good.
Yeah, so it looks like one of those movies, which I really like both of those. So, yeah. All right, so that concludes our first episode here. Hope you enjoyed it. We hope to kind of change things up, whether it's the format. Obviously, the news is going to be different. The different things we talk about, blah, blah, blah. But heading into next week, Fred, is there anything to look out for?
I guess you'll have to wait and see.
All right. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back. Check us out again.
If you want to contact us or like follow us, you can follow me on Twitter at Freddie and Bessie. All one word. Freddie, FreddyAndBessy. And if you're good, I'll tell you about the origins of that name. Probably not, though.
And you can follow me on Twitter as well at Collin_Holman, COLLIN_HOLMAN. And you can follow the show at 93 BlackLight on Twitter.
All right.
Thanks again for listening, and tune in next week.
May the force be with you.
Oh, this you crazy mother...